Okay, we should be all live now. Oh, you got a notification. He's sitting next to me with his phone. And since he's subscribed to our own channel, he gets notifications too. All right, let's get this all rolling. So first and foremost, I have today's kind of a bit of a looser plan. I don't have anything special for Valentine's Day other than me just being here. So hello, I am your Valentine's Day present. I guess that's what's special. Anyway, I'm gonna be working on one of my elementals. I already have the fire one pretty much done. I haven't done anything since yesterday. But that means I have either the water, earth, or wind to work on. And I haven't really blocked any of those out yet. So I'll be starting from complete scratch today. So if there's one of those three you'd like to see, feel free to comment it. Because right now I'm pretty flexible with what I'm going to do. Obviously, I will pick if no one says anything. But yes, this is the fire elemental as of right now. I really, really like how he came out. I think I'm going to keep the flames in his hands because I just think it looks awesome. But also I'm messing around with the overall pose a little bit. All right, let me get the chat set up so I can see it on my other screen. There we go. I see Xander is here. Hello. All right. I'm gonna pull this up. All right. And I'll kind of just walk you guys through what my process is and how I do this when I'm blocking out and like getting all my references for a character. You guys hear all the jingling in the background because my bird is hanging out next to me, and we got him a new little swing with bells on it, and he's like losing his mind over it. So yes, I hope y'all don't mind. So these are all the things I could be working on. The fire one's already pretty much done, but I have earth, water, and wind. Hey, Zaxxas, what's up? So I don't know which of these three I'm going to work on right now, so definitely let me know. I'm not going to do the lesser ones yet. I'm going to do all the greater ones first. I'm kind of leaning towards doing earth, but I'm flexible. I use a program called PureRef to do this. It is totally free, and it's great to get everything you need all in one place. Zaxa says you need a secondary bird cam. I know, he is. We got him a new swing with bells, so he's like losing his mind right now. So, yes. All right. No one mentioned what they necessarily were leaning towards, so I'm going to go with the Earth Elemental. Let's see. Xander says, do you have almost 6K? Do you have other goals in mind? Yeah, I have a bunch in mind. Most were commented already, but yes, there'll be a lot more. I'm very excited. So the way that I do this, I just use a snipping tool usually, and this is PureRef. And then I pretty much just grab images that I like. If you hold Control and Alt, you can make them smaller or bigger, and you just start moving them around. So I'll be doing this to get all my stuff lined up to start working on this Earth Elemental. So when I'm doing this, I'm looking for really clear forms and stuff that's actually like modelable and printable. Like this, for example, is awesome, but it's not very printable. So I'm not going to select things that are like that. Xander says, so posing first for this work better or not as much? Probably not as much. This isn't me that dynamic of a pose. Like his pieces are so separate and segmented, it's not going to need a lot of resculpting to put him back together because he's so, you know, made of rocks. Zaxis seems like a rock solid plan. I see we're starting early with the puns today. I like it. This is a really awesome earth elemental I found that's been 3D printed. I really want to give him like moss and stuff. I don't even know how I'd model that. So I'll probably just leave that to like flocking once the print is already done. Oh, this is cool. Has some crystals on him. I'm really interested in the little crystals coming out of this one. I like that a lot. I think I'm going to add crystals onto mine as well. It might be hard to make them look significantly different, but we'll see. I pretty much have a lot of the references I need. I'm a big fan of all of these where it's kind of like they're on all fours, or like almost like a gorilla-like pose. I think I'm going to lean towards something kind of like that. Xander, this will slowly become a crystal elemental. Probably. I'm going to try not to. Zaxus, excited burp sounds. Yeah, he is jamming because I'm chatting and he has a new toy. So, yeah, I'm trying to like spare you guys. Alright guys, so this is what I have for my reference board. I'm really happy with it. I think this is my favorite image out of all of them. It's just really beautiful, but it's a little too like just plant-like. I want to go more of the rock route rather than making this wooden. So I'm going to try to do a mix between this one and this one. So yeah, I'm going to rearrange this to emphasize the ones I want to work with the most. I don't really like this one very much, but I like the pose. No, burb. I just realized this concept art has this earth elemental stepping on someone. He's all squished and dead. Oh my god. Anyway. Just gonna cover it up. Zach says it'll be a rocky start. Yes, probably. My bird is hanging upside down like a bat right now, like a complete psycho. God, he's so cute, but he's just a lot. Zaxxas, you're such a dork. Alright. We have everything we need, so let's get rolling. Here we go. Xander says, I like the ones that don't have hands. I mean, they all kind of have some sort of like hand or fist. I get you. I don't plan to do like articulated fingers or anything, but he's going to have some sort of like something. Grabbers. Zach says, seriously, secondary bird cam. I know. I want to like move my webcam to like show you guys, but I don't know if he'll do a good job at it. He's so cute. Try like move my setup a little bit. Mari says, did you announce this stream? Yes, on Patreon, my website, and I think Twitter. Maybe not. Oh, I didn't put it in the Discord. Oh. Oops. I'll do that. I'll do that right now. Sorry. There's 8 people here. Go, you guys, for finding me anyway, despite me not doing a great job with this. I will just throw these in there without context. People will know it's me. There we go. Yay. Sorry. All right. Xander says, that one with kind of a shield and spear hand is the one I was talking about. That is pretty cool. So you mean like, kind of like this one has that kind of thing going on there. It's pretty sick. All right. Zaxa says, I'm just trying to keep everybody grounded, okay? I move this. There we go. I moved myself, so I'm trying to get this more centered. There we go. That looks better. Pretty much the same, but I like it. Let's actually get model in here. Okay, so usually I start with a sphere, but obviously this is going to be a bit more blocky, so maybe I'll start with a cube. This is going to be really fun. That's why I say it so enthusiastically. All right, Earth Elemental. That seems like a neutral brown color. We'll go with that. Okay. Sandra says I should do the idea or fix a winner from the chat. I already did that. On Patreon, I picked Derek Miles. So he is the winner. All right. Looking at the best way for me to do this. I like that when the head's kind of round, like a boulder. All right. I'm just blocking out a head shape right now. Keeping it all really low poly. And then I'll use a surface modifier later on to get the rock texture that I want. Saxa says, I really do like the painting. It's an easier way to visualize the model. I totally agree. Makes my life easier too. All right, kind of a blocked out head here. Very literal in the block out part. I'm worried about all you guys giving names to all the elementals. Good, no. This is Dwayne. Alright, we got Dwayne. I like it. He looks like a Dwayne. Yeah, I think the wind elemental's gonna be a little more feminine. It's gonna be the most androgynous out of them all, I guess. The water might be the most feminine. Assuming I do it the way I mean to, anyway. I'm considering Seymour for the water elemental. Sure. I think this is actually looking pretty good. Wasn't really sure how this was gonna go, but I think I'm gonna do okay. Going with the trim dynamic brush to give as many like clear planes as I can. My bird's all worn out from playing with his swing. Looks like he's mellowed out a little bit. I give it 15 minutes. I might not need to use the surface modifier. I think I got the texture on this right the first time. It feels weird to give him like eyelids, but I mean, he has eyes. Just playing with different eye shapes right now. It's weird because like he doesn't have a nose, so it's a little harder to like structure the creature face. think it did an okay job. All right, I'm gonna move away from this, the head right now, because I can come back to it later and refine the concept. I'll add cracks and all that kind of cool stuff later. As of now, I'm happy with this. I also forgot to grab my phone so I can set my timer and stuff. So I will go do that. So I'll make this a small break for right now. I'll be right back. back. And let's see, I got a question saying if I'm still using timers, and yes I am. That's why I had to go grab my phone, take an early break, because I forgot. So yeah. Also, this might be a disaster, but I'm going to move my webcam to see if I can show you guys my bird in his cage. Because I gave him a little travel cage so he can hang out. But there he is. You can't really see how cute he is because of the bars, but he's sitting on his swing in the center. It's a super small cage, but he has a little ladder so he can come out and hang out with me if he wants to. But I've noticed that he's happier when he's sitting in an enclosed little spot. He seems to feel safer. So, I know you guys can see a ton, but there's my adorable bird. And that's the swing he is going nuts for right now. I grabbed myself in Arizona. Yes. All right. Okay. Let's move this. There we go. Much better. And I will get a timer going. Hey, Walker's here. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, I have a timer going, and now I'll get working. So I am working on a rock elemental, or the earth elemental. And this is just his head that I've blocked out so far. But I honestly am already starting to really like him. We've named him Dwayne. But yes, here is his head. He is going to be very cute, for lack of a better word. All right, so let's start making the rest of him, I guess. I forgot to give him a neck. That would explain why this just feels weird. He's 100% grump. Oh yes, indeed. Saxa says, I could swear I've seen the exact face somewhere before. Honestly, that's a compliment. If that means it's just good design, if it's reminiscent of something that you've already seen before. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm kind of what I'm thinking of in my own head. Obviously, I have my reference board, which is this. So it kind of looks like this guy's head a little bit. But what it's really reminding me of is Rubble from Cameo. If you guys haven't played that game before, you should. It was on the 360, and it was a big deal to me because most games when I was a little girl, I never got to play as a girl, which isn't like traumatic or anything, but like it was so much freaking fun when I could. So that's what the head kind of reminds me of. I'm thinking of Rubble. So yes. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, Cameo is amazing. You play as a fairy. This is her. And her outfit is like minimal, and I thought it was great. I didn't care. I was like 7 or 8 when I played this game, I think. But yeah. Oh, here's a cool, like, newer version of it. Anyway, it's a fantastic game. But that's what I'm thinking of. All right. Let's get going. I still want to give him a neck, even if it was small and insignificant. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to like turn his head and stuff. So I figured this would be a good idea. Oh, I did it out of symmetry. Bummer. I have to do like a whole 2 steps again. All right. His little head looks so funny right now without everything else. Just because the smaller you make the head, for example, the larger the creature is going to look. Okay, yeah, so it is painted. It just wasn't showing up. All right, there we go. Hey, someone new is here. Either Sean or Scene. I'm not sure. Either way, hello. Good evening. I'd love to know what your poly count range is about for figures, from blockout to finish. I mean, it ranges so much, but guess what? That's what you asked. So I guess in the beginning, when I'm like concepting and stuff, it's around like 100,000 to 400,000. Once I start detailing, it goes anywhere between 1 to 20 million. Sorry, that's not stupid. That's a huge range. On average, like consistently 4 million, but it can range all the way up to 20 million. And then at the very, very end, I decimate all the way back down to 300 or 400,000 for 3D printing. So yeah. If that didn't really answer your question, or if you had a follow-up question, definitely let me know, and I would be more than happy to answer. Hey, Arcane Octopus is here. Hello! Oh yeah, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone that is new here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this the correct way and actually do like somewhat proper arm anatomy. So I will do all 3 different muscle groups for his arm. Again, somewhat proper anatomy. He's a freaking rock, so. Okay. Want this pushed up a little bit. Okay. Got that blocked out, and then now I'll do another segment. Let's move this into its shape, roughly. Just using the move brush to kind of quickly concept this out. I like to do the arms in 3 different pieces, especially for creatures, so it's easier for me to pose later and get a better understanding of how they would move. Xander says rocks don't have muscles. Zaxa says, I remember, it's a thing from Fantastic Four if I'm remembering. I could see that. Okay, cool, it's Sean, like Sean Connery, FYI. Okay, cool. You know, I think that's like the correct way to say it anyway. I think scene is weird, so I'm glad it's Sean. Arcane says, I love his face. Thanks, he's a grump. Okay. Let's make this one a little more up and down. Sean says that's a wonderful answer. All right. That looks about right. case you guys are wondering what I'm looking at, to everyone that's new, the beginning of this stream, I created my little art concept board. I'm looking at this the most because it does a really good job of blocking out the muscle groupings, because obviously it still has some sort of structure to their arms. It still looks like a human mostly. I'm trying to remember what these are all called. I always forget. Whatever. Biceps, triceps, I'm pretty sure deltoids. So I'm trying to like go off of that. I like this like hunched looking look. This model right here and this one right here are my two favorites. They're obviously very, very different, but I like how artsy this one is, and that's more wood, more gentle looking. I'm not as crazy about everything else in here, especially this one I don't really like, but I still put it here just for texturing ideas and possibly pose later on. I don't have any pose planned right now, so if you guys have a good pose idea, just let me know. Yes, babe. And then anyone new, I do have my parakeet off camera sitting next to me. We got him some new toys today, so if you hear excited chattering, it's my bird. Okay, so I made a small mistake. So if you notice, my brush size is maxed out, but look, I can't grab that big of pieces. So the way I can fix this is by going to the center, probably the center model, and then just scaling everything down by clicking this little icon. There we go. So now I can actually adjust the entire model with my brush size. There we go. All right, I'm gonna keep blocking out these arms. I need a couple more segments. Could probably just duplicate this one and spin it around. Woo. So that's pretty much how those are structured. All right. Hey, Kit's here. Hello. Is it collaborating time? It's collaborating time. Kind of like the idea of having it so he's kind of like a gorilla stance. So I'll probably form this into some sort of like nub. Oops. All right. I'll definitely need to tweak the proportions later on. I have a feeling he's going to come across as too thin or lanky. I definitely don't want that. There we go. Make that flat. My camera is a little screwy. So if you guys are modeling in ZBrush and if you try and rotate and it's being really weird, like here, it's actually being fine now. Whatever. Anyway, but occasionally your pivot point gets all screwed up. You can quickly reset it by just drawing a small mask, and now it will pivot around wherever you drew that mask. Just in case y'all are wondering. Okay. I'm definitely worried it's gonna come across as a little too lanky, but I can always just bulk up all these pieces later. This is gonna look so cool. All right. Hey, Teresa's here. Hello. Rock dude today? Yes, I'm working on my elementals. Xander says, I really like the big shield hand. Slab, yeah, as you're saying. Yeah. Face sort of looks like the thing. Kinda. That's what they were saying earlier. And then Sean says, he reminds me of the rock monster from Galaxy Quest with the arms and body. I'm really glad that this is reminding you guys of a lot of things that you have seen, and because they're all good designs. For example, on my concept art board here, I don't want to make something that looks like this. I don't really like this very much, for example. I've never seen anything like it before. So I'm glad he is nostalgic already in some way. He's gonna be awesome. I know some artists get really offended when people are like, oh, it looks like this, it looks like this. I always think it's cool because as an artist, like, I'm not fussed about being perfectly original all the time. If you want to get technical, nothing's original, you know what I mean? We're all inspired from other things that we've seen and whatnot. Obviously, I'm not saying that I would condone anything like blatant plagiarism, like, oh, it's the same anyway, but you get what I mean. I think it's important that this piece right here is kind of pointed, so it's really easy and clear to see all the different pieces here. I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. If I grab back face mask, it won't affect the other edge, which is nice. Zaxa says he's not grumpy, he's stoned. Get out. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, I can't remember. Is this perspective on? Yes. Is this perspective off? I'm not too fussed with keeping this perfectly flat, but it will help keep my design balanced. So making sure this bottom piece is flat, so I'm trying to say. I can't figure out perspective is turned on or off. I think this is off and this is on. Sometimes I forget. Alright, where do I even do that? I think it's in document. I'm so used to like my shortcuts and stuff, I forget where things are. Whatever. 90% sure this is perspective. Yes. Alright, bam. Figured it out. Alright, and now for the rest of him, which might be a little bit harder. Alright, Arcane says, how did you just do that? Make it flat cut. I went to a brush called Trim Rectangle, and then use the brush by holding Control and Shift. If you mean like this flat cut like I'm doing right now, I'm using Trim Dynamic. Oops. Let's see, is that in core? I think so. I'm like 90% sure because... I'm actually really not sure. It's been a long time since I use core regularly. If you go to your brush palette, by clicking B, it should be under T for your trim brushes. And like always, if there's anything that I'm working on or doing and that you guys aren't sure how I'm doing that, or because you want to know how, definitely let me know. I have this on mute most of the time. You can tell when it's red, just because my bird is like hard jamming, having a great time, and being super noisy and adorable. So that's why. More questions. Sean says, next question. Do you sculpt parts first, then pose, or build pose as you make the figure? Follow up, if you build pose, then how do you reset symmetry for each part or selection? So essentially, I usually do it in like a T-pose like this, so it's symmetrical, and then once I have all my pieces and stuff, then I will pose it, and then afterwards I will detail it asymmetrically. One, because I think asymmetrical details are sexy, and because it just makes my workflow faster. Otherwise, if I don't sculpt in symmetry, I have to do things, it takes twice as long. And then the follow-up is if you build pose, how do you reset symmetry? Yeah, so I don't do that. Daniel says, I didn't know you were live. Clicked on just to see, and here you are. Yep, here I am. Sorry, I didn't do a great job at like saying I was live streaming today. I don't know. I felt a little shy about live streaming today because it's Valentine's Day, and I didn't want to be like intrusive. I don't know. There's a couple like businesses or artists, like whenever it's like Christmas or any holiday, they're like, hey, I have a Valentine's Day special or whatever, which is fine. But I do not want to be that person that like capitalizes on holidays for like my business, because I just want to hang out and model, which is why I did this. That's why I didn't really advertise it everywhere. Again, I know it's not really like a real concern, but like, I don't know. All right. It's looking pretty cool. I like this really interesting like wedge shape that formed from here. Following up what Sean said though about like resetting symmetry, I'm not sure about doing that necessarily, but there is under the transform palette, there is local symmetry. Where is it? As you can tell, I never use it, so I'm like, where is it? It's a button instead of a word. Where? There it is. L symmetry. It's local symmetry. And you also can do posable symmetry, which I've never done before, but it is a thing. Arcane Octopus says, I've been using Boolean to cut. Yeah, that works too. And Zarin says, sent a few poses over Discord. Ooh, awesome. I will definitely check that out in just a momento. My break's coming up pretty soon. Daniel says, this is just now my Friday night thing. Oh, cool. I love that. That makes me super happy. This is not for Kickstarter, is it? Nope, this is for Patreon. I've been working on a lot of Kickstarter stuff recently, and no one on Patreon has complained, but I really want to make sure that my patrons feel like loved and appreciated too. So that's why I've been making sure to work on some more elementals. These are not releasing until the 21st, so I have a ton of time, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that I didn't forget about this. All right, I honestly don't know what to do with this back foot. Maybe I can just duplicate this. I kind of like the idea of it being like a really flat rock. You'd have some really weird footprints. Because it should be more like this, like a normal animal. But I kind of like it being maybe a little more centered. Oh, Arcane Octopus. So you mentioned that you use booleans to cut. Something else that you can do, which is a little non-conventional, you can mask an area that you want like this to cut, and then click split mask points. And then now, since that's its own object like this, you can just delete that object. Just in case that helps. If that didn't make sense or I went through it too quickly, definitely let me know, and I can put more words into that. Zach says, I could complain if it'd make you feel better. Sure. I gotta say, doing like creature sculpts like this is my favorite things to do. There's just so much artistic freedom, and there's so many choices to make. It's really fun. All right, so I'm going to group all of the limbs together. I'm actually going to merge them together, which I wouldn't normally recommend, but I have them as separate polygroups. So if I need to separate them, I can very, very easily. Just because I'm going to start moving them around and get some better proportions on him and make it so he has, you know, two. All right. So this arm goes to that piece. Where is this piece? So ZBrush merges down, so you have to make sure that the objects that you want are under each other in the subtool menu, not like on the sculpt itself. There we go. So I got my pieces right here, so I'll merge these down. There we go. Got one arm. Now let's get my leg put together. There we go. Sweet. I don't know why this turned ink black. That's really interesting. I will just fill the object with a different color and fix it. All right, my timer just went off, but I really want to duplicate these really quick. I don't know if it's going to mirror correctly. Oh, cool. It did. I'm really glad. There we go. Duplicate and mirror. All right, he's looking really cool. Kind of giving him like a gorilla-like stance. I'm going to fix his weird butt and the fact that his legs don't touch him later. This is what he looks like for now. There's a lot that's going to change. Here. Let's make this more interesting. I like it. Let's put the light a little more on his face. There we go. All right, so I will take my break. There we go. And then to anyone that is new, I take a 5-minute break every 25 minutes because I used to do live streams for 4 hours and I wouldn't stop working and I started to like really fuck up my wrist. So I don't do that anymore because I am an adult and I take care of myself. Anyway, in the meantime, I now take questions. I take questions all the time, but especially now I don't really have anything to do. So if you have any questions about how I do anything, just let me know. No, that's the wrong one. This one. There we go. I always put this little icon on screen when it's break because I upload these archives for access for my $10 patrons only. All my live streams go unlisted after they are done because it's a Learn to 3D model perk for my $10 tier on Patreon. So yeah. Hey, Bruno's here. Hello. I really like the face already. Thank you. I think he's cute. Daniel said, I totally forgot about the elementals. That's why I asked this was from Kickstarter. I first thought you were sculpting like a gorilla or something until you said elementals. Yeah, he'll look more rock-like once. Yeah. Once he has like cracks and stuff. All right. I am going to leave the camera frame for a second because I'm going to like stretch and stand up. But feel free to ask questions and stuff. And I am back. I'm going to eat my bagel and answer any questions if there are any. My bird has waken up from his nap, so he is jamming and has lots to say again. All right. All right. You guys chatted a lot. I like it. All right. Y'all are asking for nerdy girls today. I'm sorry, guys. Just get out there and talk to people. Walker says 3D modeling party tomorrow? Definitely. Teresa says, I'm being distracted by kittens. Well, I'm just happy to know that you have kittens wherever you're at. I'm jealous. All right. And yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, guys. Everyone's chatting, talking to each other. We're all good. Arcane says, what is everyone printing at the moment? I'm printing a coral golem. A coral golem? Cool. Bruno says, I'm going to print an army of crawling hands, an incubus, and a succubus. Hella cool. And Xander, I have not looked at your message on Discord yet for pose ideas for this. I'm looking at it right now because I am on my break. All right, I'm going to mute this so you guys don't hear me chewing into the mic because I hate chewing sounds, and if anyone else does too, you don't have to hear it. So Xander DM'd me some really awesome pose ideas on Discord, so I just want to show it to you guys too. I like this one a lot, but I was looking through this collection. I think this one's the best one. For this, it's kind of like lumbering forward. I think would be really awesome. So yeah, that's my plan for the pose as of right now. Just letting you guys know. On a somewhat unrelated side note, we are super close to my last stretch goal on Kickstarter. So I let people know to start leaving comments of like what they want to see. Oh, we just hit it. Woo! All right. I've done all my stretch goals for Kickstarter, which is amazing. Which means that I am opening up new stretch goals. That's so freaking exciting. Yes. Anyway, I probably should put this in the Discord. But if you guys haven't seen this, go ahead and look through it, obviously. If you're a patron or in the Discord, let me know because I'm taking suggestions for more stretch goals. So, bam. There's a link in there. All right. Sounds good. Walker just took off. Bye, Walker. All right. Okay, reading through all your stuff. Awesome. I'm so excited that we hit all the stretch goals for that. Heck yeah. And yeah, I'm just going to keep making more and more models for the Kickstarter until it's over. So if we hit $20,000, I will make $20,000 worth of models. So yeah, Terry says congrats. Thank you. And then it's Cobalt. I think Cobalt will be awesome. I think I'm going to do like a giant poll for everyone to vote on. And this breaks me a little bit longer because I want to eat bagels. Also, Xander, I see that you said, what if you love chewing sounds? Then you're a monster. I don't know. I have misophonia pretty much. I can't handle it. Zaxa says, where you submit suggestions? Since you're a patron and I see you everywhere, I'd recommend you just send me an email so I can start it and stuff. Burble, yes. But you could put it in the Discord. I just might, since it's so early in the live stream, I can't always go all the way back to the top of the chat. So, yeah, I would say email me. I might put my email in the chat. I know you know what it is already, but everyone else, feel free to email that with suggestions for stretch goals for the Kickstarter. Brian says, I haven't yet pledged. When I get paid this month, I'll do it. Of course, definitely do it when you're financially comfortable. But if you didn't know, Kickstarter does not charge you until the end of the campaign. So you won't get charged until March 3rd. Just letting you know. Hey, Joe's here. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day to you couples. I just watched fireworks yet at work. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Bruno says, oh, really? Yes, really. Daniel says, I want to see an Eagle Folk Ranger. I don't know if I already have one of those or not. I feel like I should know, but I honestly just don't. I have done an Eagle Folk, yep, Monk and Ranger. Ranger was unlocked as a 4500 stretch goal, so you're welcome, Daniel. There will now be an Eagle Folk Ranger. If you have specific concept art that you like for Eagle Folk Rangers, definitely email me, and I'll pretty much base the model off of the concept art. Let's see. I want to see Eagle Folk Ranger and Furball Ranger as well. That was an unlocked stretch goal. So, well, I'm glad that you want things that are already unlocked. I'm just really happy that I picked good things. So yeah, you're all set, Daniel. Those are already made, so give me more stretch goals. Terry said, so are those all playable races, Mia? I'm so new to D&D, I have no idea. I think so. I think there's some debate over furbolgs because whether they're classified as a medium or large creature because they're like 10 feet tall. But like the rest of them, yeah, for sure. Aarakocras, I know they are. Tabaxi, gnomes, elves, dragonborn. Those are all races I Kickstarter. Those are all playable. Asimar, angelic. So yeah, I think all of them are playable. Yeah. All right. Teresa said hell kittens. Is that a thing? Like, ooh, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna Google that after my live stream. Arcane says, when you get done with your delicious bagel, can you go over how you duplicated the arms and legs on your side? Yes. I'm guessing an onion bagel, though I love onion. No, this is a very boring plain bagel. Bruno says furbolgs are playable on 5e. Sweet. Thank you. I knew it was kind of a recent thing. Thank you, Bruno. If you guys haven't seen the furball I made for my Kickstarter, you have to check it out because she's so freaking cute. I love how she came out. All right, lovely people, I am back, and it is time to model again. Okay. Set my timer. Terry says Google is in my head. We know. I typed playable and it was autocomplete races 5E. Yeah, it does that. All right. So I forgot to adjust this because I think it might be a little hard for you guys to see. I know it looks much better than it normally does. But I usually go in here and adjust this curve so it's a little brighter so you guys can see a little better. There we go. I hope that makes a nice little difference. All right. Terry says, have you done any dwarves yet? That would be cool. I actually have 2 dwarves blocked out and pretty much ready to go already. They just didn't make the final cut for the core races, but now the stretch goals are done. We'll see. All right. It's actually a little too bright. Also, I didn't forget about what Arcane Octopus asked, and I will show how I duplicated it. All right. So what I did is they were already merged objects. So for instance, I had this arm right here. I'm going to delete this other arm just for sake of the tutorial here. All right. So I make sure that I have the arm or the piece I want to duplicate selected. I go to my subtool palette, click on duplicate. So now you can see there's 2. And then I go to, I'm having a hard time because I use my custom UI, but that's not helpful to show you. So I'm trying to show you the actual buttons. So you go to whatever you want to duplicate, click duplicate, and then you mirror it, which I'm pretty sure is deformation. There we go. Mirror. There you go. Haha. All right. Sweet. So I'm going to merge these down yet again so I can adjust them all together. I don't know why it's turning some of them black. It's driving me nuts. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and fix his weird little butt and stuff. I think it's because I gave him this chest piece and then I gave him a mid-torso piece. I never made like a little rock butt, for lack of a better word. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to duplicate his mid-torso. I'm going to go ahead and solo this, and then I'll use taper. That way they don't look exactly the same, and it's more fitting for, I don't know how to say anything other than, it's just a little rock butt. I don't know what else to call this, guys. There we go. This looks way less weird now. I mean, you know. I definitely think his chest is way too small, so I'm going to expand it. I'm also going to use damp sand to block out some creases here, just to make this look more strong in general. I think I want this to have like a V. Okay, so video game side note, I feel like I need to just make that a thing with these live streams. I constantly reference the video games that I played. Anyway, in Dragon Age 2, there is a piece of armor on the main character, Hawk, that has this giant, like, protrusion, and that's what I'm thinking of what I want to try and do. Here we go. This thing. But there's armor later on where it's lower, kind of like, there we go, like this. That's actually someone cosplayed a good job. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking of right now, and I want to do a piece kind of like that for the chest of this golem. Anyway. All right, in Arcane's reminder, we needed a video on deformations. You are totally correct. There is class this weekend. Where can I write? You know what? I'm just going to remember. No, I won't. I'm going to text myself. But yes, I will do this weekend on Sunday for my $10 patrons. Will be a class on deformations. I'm going to text myself. I don't have my own number on my phone. Wow. I really should have like a notepad or something. Deformations. And I will remember what that means. There we go. All right. It's been noted. And of course, if you can't make class this week, never fear. They are all archived for y'all to watch whenever. All right. All right, cool. Making this a little more clear. Okay, I like this T-band thing here, which I mentioned from the inspiration I had for that. All right, cool. It's a much better shape. All right. Oh, cool. Terry mentioned you can support me as work here, and he gave my links. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement. But yes, if you give me money, I make more cool things. I guess it's pretty obvious. Gonna record the video? All right, have fun. Ricky is working on more YouTube videos. All right, so my plan right now is to go through and to manually sculpt some of these, like the larger rock details, and then I think I'm going to try and use a surface modifier to give a lot of those fine details, because sculpting the fine grit and grain of rock is really one of the least exciting things. Oh, I forgot to click groups when I dynamesh this, so Control Z, because see how this is all the same color? Oh, wow, that's helpful. Whatever. Well, notice how this is purple and these two are pink, and this is green. Well, they all should be different colors. But by keeping these different colors or polygroups, I can then manipulate the objects individually if I want to. But what happened is I dynameshed it, so I redid all the topology, and it made it all the same color, which means I can't separate it. If you click Groups under Dynamesh, and then Dynamesh, it'll keep them all their respective different groups, which is very, very handy. All right, toss a coin to your Mia. I love that. That is my favorite new phrase, I swear. My bird is taking a rest, and he's doing that thing with the flamingo thing where he has like one little foot all curled up. Ah, parakeets are so freaking cute. So I'm actually not great with rock textures and stuff. The reason this is looking pretty good and it's easy for me is because the Turn Dynamic brush did a pretty good job naturally blocking out different planes. I mean, granted, I had to place like where the Turn Dynamic brush would go, but it serves as a really nice guideline for me to further define the shapes. Because if I just did this freehand, it probably wouldn't look as good. I mean, technically it all still is freehand, but whatever. You guys get what I'm trying to say. ZBrush crashed. That's a-okay. That's why I have quick saves. All right, let's see how much I lost. Hopefully nothing. All right, Terry says, I think for this elemental, I'm going to add those plant bits I can glue on, like I did for the dire bear print. It's earth, I guess. It can have a bit of greenery. Oh, definitely. So this is the concept art board I have, and literally all of them has like grass on it. So I think that'd be awesome. All right. It's being a little weird. Looks like I didn't lose anything, which is nice. All right, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and save this though. I guess I'm not gonna save this. ZBrush, I'm trying to do a thing here. All right, well that's having a meltdown. I will look at my email. Because I love checking my email. I said that sarcastically, but I am serious. All right. So it's crashing, just trying to save it. ZBrush, why? Let's see, Sean says, what saving do you have? Save as in tool or document save as? Document save as will not save your ZPR. That's going to save an image of your file. If you do a tool save as, it's only going to save one piece. You should be going to file save as. Right now I'm going to my quick saves because ZBrush crashed and it does an automatic quick save whenever it crashes or does something stupid. So that's why I am going through Lightbox right now. But usually I don't do it like this. Alright, so here's my file. Looks like it's not going to want to save again. Just figure I'd try one more time and see if it was a fluke. That's annoying. Let's see, Zara says, Mia must cringe every time she sees my emails knowing that I've dumped more pictures on her. You don't do it too often, so it's fine. Alright, ZBrush is being a turd. Alright, I love when ZBrush does this, where it will save like a quick save file for you, and it saves all your work, which is great, and then like that save file that it's corrupt. So I'm like, oh, this is so helpful. Thank you. That is as sarcastic as I can be about that. Alright, we'll just do an older quick save file since it's being a jerk. How about this one? Come on, ZBrush. I would like to start working. That would be really cool. Let's see, how much of this is lost? Pretty much nothing, so. Oh, I didn't. It doesn't have my cool, like, torso piece. I'll try one more time. I'm just gonna fight this. I'm being totally immature about this, but I do not want to have to resculpt like 2 minutes worth of work, so I'll spend 5 minutes trying to recover this stupid file. Alright, later, Xander, have fun. Zach says, I think you could be more sarcastic. Son of a bitch, ZBrush. Pardon my French. It's being super stupid. Zach says, show us maximum over sarcasm. I don't know what's up with this file now, guys. I can't open it. I can't manipulate it. It's just been completely stupid. I just don't understand what the problem is. Whatever. I give up. We'll just go back. I seem to like this one for some reason. Oh, interesting. None of them work now. That's awesome. Well, so what you guys can't see is I'm hitting Control Save to try and save these quick save files, so I don't have to resculpt all this. The whole point of quick save files is I can do that. Yeah, Xana says reboot. I'm like, yeah, but then I have to close my live stream and reopen it and stuff because this is all through the same computer. Terry says, I need to find another D&D game. I'm having a blast with my brother-in-law, but it's only once a month. Second game would be nice. I feel the exact same way. My game is also only once a month. I honestly don't know what to do. I do not want to restart from that far back. That would suck. Yeah, this bites. Here, I'll try and figure out if I can export them as tools and then re-import them. I've never had this bad of a problem before. It's being super dumb. This is the file that I want. And if I try to do anything in the save file, it freaks out. So I'm going to see if maybe if I manipulate anything in the file, like re-dynameshing something, if that's something I can interact with or not. Yeah, I can still sculpt and stuff. I just can't save the file. Just a minor detail. Okay. Alright. Arcane says, do you DM me yet? You could run a campaign as a reward. I've thought about it. I have never DM'd a game though before, and I have a lot to learn before I think I could run a really good campaign. I'm confident I could be a good DM. In college, I was actually part of an improv team, and it was super fun. We did shows probably like twice or 3 times a semester. It was super fun. Zach says, can you save as? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Instead, quick save. Yeah, quick save I can't actually make happen. It just like every 2 minutes it naturally does it. So yeah. All right. Bruno says, Terry, you should. I have 2 sessions once a week, and on one, I'm DMing once a month. It's pretty slow, but it is what it is. All right. Maybe it's somehow pointing to a non-existent directory or something. It seems to just freeze up whenever I even try to open up the save. Not sure. Bruce says, yeah, try to save as. You've already changed things. That's what I've been doing, though. I'm curious if I can save an individual tool. Try this. Okay, cool. So I can save each individual tool and then import them all back in. It's so stupid. But you know what? Fine. Fine. I will do it. Alright. I saved them all different. Now let's see if I can save the whole thing. Because it let me save them all individually. Of course, now I can... Oh, it's so dumb. That is so dumb. Whatever. Yay, it worked. We're back to it. Arcane says, maybe we could take turns being DM on Discord. That could be really fun. I'll think about it. Alright, after much trial and error of doing the same thing for some reason, after saving each tool separately, it is much happier with me. So I can finally keep working. Thank you guys for being patient. think it's... All right, so everything is to separate pieces again. And I'm going to organize them. Or at least rename them. So as you can tell, I'm giving very, very high-tech names to these. I have the gut, his butt, leg low, leg top, foot nub, and back foot nub. Just name things whatever you'll remember, essentially. Alright, my timer just went off, so I will take a quick break once I get this organized. I don't know why I have the eye named butt. Let's name the eye. There we go. There we go. Everything is all organized now. Sweet. All right. Terry says there's this sweet cobblestone brush and rock brush I use to make some bases. They might be yours, actually. No, I haven't made any. They might be my ZBrush files, but those are just alphas I grabbed from Bad King. Thank you. Very handy having them, though I should learn how to make those formations of clay buildup and dam sand by myself. I agree, but like, when it comes to doing detailing rock with like the very, very fine gritty stuff, it's so tedious that I think doing alphas is fine. And then do you lose anything importing them that way? I guess history, but would your topology and everything stay the same? Yes, everything stays the same except for losing history. So yeah. All right. Not too much has changed since the last break, unfortunately, because I have been fighting ZBrush. That's fine. All right, I am going to be right back. And I am back. I have some hot coffee. Just exciting. My head started to hurt, so I'm like, caffeine would be good. All right. I just took a super short break because I wasn't even doing a whole lot of modeling. It was mostly just figuring out why I wouldn't save. So I'm just gonna cut this break, my bad, a little bit short. All right, I have my timer set again, and let's get to it. Oh my goodness. My pen's been acting really weird. I'm not sure why. It's gonna blow. See if there's any dust caught in there. Zach says, "What? Coffee without a bagel?" Shakes head. "You've changed me. I don't even know who you are anymore." I had a bagel earlier. Technically, I have a quarter of a bagel next to me. All right, let's see if my pen will start acting normal again. There we go. All right, we're getting pretty close to surface modifier time. All right. All right, Bruno says some rune carvings on the body, like upper arms, is probably a cool idea, since elementals are usually magically driven. That's a fantastic idea. I'll probably do that. I think I'm gonna add those probably really close to the end, because I want them to be asymmetrical. But yeah, putting a big old rune on his chest, or his arms, or really anywhere would be sick. Thank you, Bruno, by the way. I always appreciate your ideas. Terry says, oh, thanks for the follow and thank you, Mia. I don't have much on there though. But what is on there is cool. Plus, it means I get notified whenever you post makes and stuff, and like I love all the stuff that you paint and make. It's super cool. Okay. Zax has mentioned that golems are magically driven, elementals are natural. That is true, but I do think some runes could still be cool. But that is true. That is the difference. My brother-in-law paints. You still post him on there though, so it's cool. It crashed. Hence my face. I got a lot of really good work done in like 2 seconds, it felt like. So I'm gonna have to redo a bit, but that's okay. My parakeet is sound asleep. Yeah, you partied hard, didn't you? All worn out. What a cutie. This one isn't definitely not right. It would have saved sooner than this. How about this one? There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, ooh, that means I lost a lot of work. There we go. That's not bad. Cool, and it saved. I was like, oh no, this is gonna do the same thing. It did not. Yay! Alright, we're good. Back to it. Bruno says be right back, and I'll load the printer through the night. All right. Happy printing. Terry says, sent you an email with a reference on a dwarf fighter meme. I hope that's cool. Yeah, totally. Arcane says, now I'm eating an onion bagel with butter. Awesome. Alright, Arcane's out. Happy Valentine's Day and good night. Later. Thanks for joining. Doctor says, slightly disappointed Valentine's Day stream isn't a surprise love elemental. I'll just consider this a chocolate elemental. Whatever makes you happier. Alright. So I'm definitely going to save, and I'm even going to save a backup file just because I'm going to start trying to do some surface modifiers, and surface modifiers are like crash central. I don't know why. Because it's ZBrush. Hello, are you awake? Parakeet just woke up. Hi, Funny. Are you going to sing the song of your people for everyone to hear? I'm like all ready to mute my mic again. I think his sounds are very, very cute, but I understand people that aren't used to hearing them. It's really annoying. I don't think you're annoying. No. I think he's super annoying sometimes. So I have this interesting thing right now where if I select the head, the poly paint is correct, but if I am somewhere else, it is not correct. I don't know why. It makes me feel like there must be two copies of the head somehow. Yep, sure as shit, there's two heads. How? There's this one, and there's this one. Okay. Neat. Well, I know what happened. Okay. I see what happened. When I split the neck, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I will go ahead and delete the second head that I have. And now, there we go. Now it's working like normal. I'm a genius. Alright, my 25-minute timer went off again, which is probably good timing. Alright. What a mean mug. Heck yeah, he's looking really cool. I know you're awake and now you're gonna start yelling. Yep, you're super cute. Terry, I love how down to earth this model is. Cue eye roll. Eye roll given. Hope so. All right, that's a good render. All right, so I'll leave that here and then I will take my break. Oh, now I have dots on it. There we go. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right, and I'm back. I had someone who ordered something on Etsy for Valentine's Day, and it said it was delivered, but they can't find it. So I was letting them have more information about like what the box looks like and stuff. I hope they find it. All right. I see you guys had some terrible puns to contribute. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to work on this. All right. Yeah, I gave up. Harry won by a landslide. I can't pun and study for a Calc 3 test at the same time. Ugh, Calc 3. I didn't think Calc 3 was as bad as Calc 2. Because Calc 3 is like format for differential equations. Calc 2 had like those, like, oh god, like Taylor series and stuff. Ugh. I don't envy you. But you can do it. Power on. Zaxa says, I'm also taking linear algebra. Why? I think that was a class that I needed in order to get my minor in math, and I was like, nope. I was only one math class away, two math classes away. You get a minor in math. I was like, nope, I can't do it. Nope. Go you. Zaxa says, I hate Taylor series, but oddly, I was best at series. You know, same. That was the test I did the best on, but I really hated it. Oh, God. I understood all the integrals and memorized all that crap the best. 'Cause it's kind of like a puzzle, you know? You see, like, what's the pattern here, and then is there any... What is it even called? I don't know what they're called anymore. But you know, when it's like 1 over parentheses, like x minus a, and that's either going to be like cosine or tangent or whatever, and you kind of just try and free manipulate it. That crap. I was like good at it, but then the test, he just like, he screwed us so hard. He made the test ridiculously hard. Zaxa says, yeah, for some reason I need it for my chemistry degree. That's bullshit. I'm trying to think. What was the point of Taylor series? I know I can't remember like what it actually does. Usually it's like either finding a root or finding a pattern. It has nothing to do with extrapolation. I don't remember why. I don't know why. Let's see. Sean says, what do you do to make sure a figure is ready to print? Essentially what I do is I merge it all together and then I either Dynamesh or Boolean. So if that sounds like nonsense to you, I'm just retopologizing the mesh. Topology is all of the shapes that make up the mesh. Usually it's squares or triangles. Not squares, but four-sided polygons, technically. And then triangles. And I'll just make it so it's all one mesh instead of a bunch of meshes overlapping. For example, like his head, it's like overlapping his neck. See like how the neck piece is inside. 3D printers have a hard time slicing stuff like that, so I will remesh this to make sure it's all one object and there's no intersecting meshes. So that's the biggest thing I do. I do that either through Dynamesh or through Booleans. Terry says, whoa, man, that rock effect, that's sweet, right? Surface modifiers. And then Bruno's back, what up? And then Zaxa says, I need linear algebra for my degree. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that technically. Like, it's helpful. It's a good way of thinking. It's just problem solving. It still bites, though. Zaxa says, I think I hate series because they serve no practical purpose. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was saying here right now. Like, trying to remember what the hell Taylor's series was for. I don't remember. Yeah. There we go. Alphas are my best friend. They do work for me. So kind of stretched over this side a little weird, so I'll just smooth that out. Yeah, those cracks look really nice. That will show up beautifully in a 3D print. Alright, Zaxa says, what sucks about linear algebra is I took it before at a different university and got an A, but didn't transfer. Oh, that sucks. Bruno agrees. That super bites. I'm sorry, man. And Sean asks, how do you set your figure scale? What do you use for a standard for sizes? So I use 28mm scale, which means 28mm from the bottom of the foot to their eye level, and that's for a 6 foot tall man. So if I was going to do a woman, for example, I'd probably do 0 to 26, so 26mm to eye level or 27. So for this dude, for example, he's probably going to be like 10, 15 feet tall. So obviously he will not be 28mm to the eye level. I measure these manually in Mesh Mixer, which will scale all of this for me. As far as how I'm creating it and designing it, I just have I have an eye for proportions. I understand how things need to be. Usually I use head height. Like the average person is between 7 to 7.5 heads tall. So yeah, that's why Hero Forge's models look so weird, because they have dwarf proportions, because they're only like 3 or 4 heads high pretty much, which is significantly shorter obviously than the average person. Hope that was helpful. I'm going to add some larger cracks to this model. It's very important when you do detail work like this to do it asymmetrically, otherwise it just doesn't look right. It won't be the end of the world, obviously, if you do it in symmetry, but it just looks cooler. Bruce says, wow, that's why then. I'm still talking about the Hero Forge models, yeah. I've always printed Hero Forge models for my friends, and they seem weird. Yeah. I think they're cool overall, honestly. I think a lot of people that do 3D modeling like I do for a living seem to have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to Hero Forge. Honestly, I think go them. Like I wish nothing but success. I think the Kickstarter they're running for the color minis is incredible, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Alright, so these two pieces are officially done. Nothing else on the model is done. That's okay. Sean says, yes, very much so. Either to the Hero Forge models or me being helpful. I hope I'm helpful. Terry says, I tend to resize models based on the base size. So like a regular figure has a 1-inch base and up. Yep, that's also very true. So I'm not going to do this really awesome rock texture on this part right here because if the entire model is textured with this really awesome intricate texture, it's going to look really busy and it's going to be really hard to like look at the model because there's going to be so much going on. You want to have areas of rest in your design. Oh, I probably should reset my timer. Oh, that guy from Etsy responded. Let's see if he found what he needed. All right, Zaxa says, I'm just excited about the new 3D printing technology coming out. Me too. Sean says, this is great for a Friday night. I started sculpting just after you did. I'm getting a lot done while you work. Awesome. I love that. People are like doing their own thing while I'm modeling, obviously, especially when it's also modeling, because it's like a little sculpting party. Bruno says, I did the same for some at Terry, but for example, my friends came to me saying it seemed different, less detailed, so I resized it, and I had to reprint it. What, Burble? A parakeet's jamming. Hey, Walker's back. What up? As you can tell, Walker, I have 2 pieces done. Just the top. Sean says, you're very helpful. Thank you, I try. And Zaxis is drilling. Ever color resin, dissolvable supports, all cool stuff. Alright, let's get a really sexy surface modifier going on these front forearms too. Oh, by the way, guys, a really cool trick you can do when you want to see like how detail will retain on 3D print, there's 2 things. One, if eyelids will show on your 3D model, a lot will show, as I'm trying to say, with resin. Because obviously I sculpt their faces and we can actually see them. So that's really awesome. So if your detail is smaller than someone's eyelid or nose, then it's probably not going to show up. What you can also do is just hold up like how big your mini would be. For me, this is about 28 millimeters-ish, or 30. And then I can zoom out my model and go to my screen. So here we go. For me, that's about as zoomed out as the mini would be. So obviously I'm going to print him bigger, so he'd probably be about this big. So now I can see that all those cracks still look really wonderful and stuff, so I can be very confident they will show up nicely in a 3D print. Just kind of a cool little trick. Walker says, looks great. Thank you. Let's see if I have any other cool textures I can put on here. Let's see. I don't even know what's playing on my YouTube at this point. Alright, there we go. Make sure I edit this because it always looks terrible to start with. looks pretty good. So I noticed that I only have 54,000 points that make up this model right now. So if I try and apply this to the mesh, it's going to be really, really low resolution. So I can fix that by adding more polygons by just dividing my model. And now instead of having 54,000 points, I have 219,000. So this is the before, this is the after. You can tell it's a little bit more dense, it's a bit darker. And now when I apply to mesh, it looks much better. I still want it to look better though. So I'm going to divide this to like 1,000,000 points. There we go. Alright, Terry says I'm off. Might hop back on a little later. Good night. I see, Walker, you sent me a meme about Tiki. Yes, this is accurate. He has a new toy. It's like this little swing, and he's just like losing his mind over it. It's so cute. He's hanging upside down like a bat right now and chewing on a bell. Like he's so cute. Ah, so cute. Looks like he's wearing the bell as a hat. Ah, he's so cute. Sean says, do you prefer keyboard and mouse or do you also use a tablet? I only use a tablet. Keyboard and mouse for the kind of stuff that I'm doing would be like, it'd be like using a toothpick to build a house instead of a hammer. That's the best way I can put it. So whenever I do noise modifiers like this, I notice they don't, so it's using noise instead of an alpha, they don't tend to work as well. So I'm curious what this will do. Like watch when I apply to mesh, usually screws it up. Yeah, so it inflated it. Like this is a preview, I applied a mesh and it does this. The hell? Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. I can like mask my noise and then maybe just do some of this manually. That worked pretty well. Let's see, Brunette says it happened as well in the Rocket Tentacles. Yeah, it did. But instead of inflating it, it shrunk it. I watched tutorial from Pixelogic about it, and it was largely unhelpful. So I will have to check that out again. So I'm just messing with different settings right now and seeing if I can get this to how this affects the mesh. Okay, so it looks like what's happening is I have the strength that is too low, and so it is carving into the model so deep that's going back through it, if that makes any sense. So I have to do a small adjustment. It's still inflated it a little bit, which makes me mad. It is carved in there though, so that's good. I mean, that just looks like poly paint though. That doesn't look like it's really sculpting into the head. I'll figure this out. That's a bit easier to see. Hey, Nana's back. What up? I am fighting surface modifiers using noise. Alpha seemed to work really well. But this is causing the whole mesh to inflate for no reason. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but just seems weird. That looks pretty good. Bruno says one broken eyebrow, probably give it a very cool character. Probably. Just don't want to make the design too hard to read.
Bruce says love it. I saw like a little, I'm seeing a hat, and now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Like, see? Like the brim of the hat, and then like a little, I don't know. I just, do you see it? I'm fixing it. My alarm just went off, so I'm supposed to take a 5-minute break. And I will. In a second. Oh no. Now that I pointed it out, they also see the stupid hat. It was gonna be cool, and then I made a hat. I can fix it. I just need to. There we go. This is before, this is the after. Squaring it off, I think, helps a lot. What do you think? Yeah. You say it's Dog Dimmadum? I hate you. I might scrap this, but or this design choice I made, which is a mistake. I think it might be okay overall. Oh wow, that's looking cool. It's funny, I was so worried about these elementals guys, and like
Oh my god, that unibrow thing I gave him is so stupid. I will fix that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. You want to see the render?
Yeah. That is so cool.
Yeah. I feel like it's giving me golems from Pokemon vibes. Yeah.
It reminds me of the rock guy from Thor.
You know what's funny? Everyone's like, oh, it looks like this, looks like this, looks like this. And I'm really glad that's reminding people of things. Like, someone said the thing from Fantastic Four. It reminds me of Rubble from Cameo, the head and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What else did people say it reminded them of? I can't remember, but there was like several other things. I thought that was cool. Something from World of Warcraft, I think they said.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. I said that muted, but yeah, I'm taking a break for 5 minutes. Hello, I am back. All right, so it's been about 3.5 hours. Probably gonna just do a little bit more work and then I will call this good for today. And then I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll do one more burst of 25 minutes. All right, all set. Here we go. Scott says, wow, you're still at it. Yeah, it's a very normal work day for me. I usually model anywhere between like 5 to 10 hours a day. So we're at about 3 hours and 17 minutes. It's pretty normal for me to do like a 3-hour live stream and then just keep working, just off camera. All right. This is looking really cool. Ooh. Let's get this torso texture. That way it doesn't look so unfinished. Here we go. Bruno says digging the lips. Yeah, I'm really happy with him too. This ridiculous big old jaw he has. It's pretty cool. So right now I am exaggerating the cracks right here by using morph targets. So the first thing you do is smooth out the areas you want to be more detailed or just more exaggerated detail, which is kind of counterintuitive if you smooth it first. Let's see, what do you use to generate supports for your models? I use Mesh Mixer and I do them manually, so I don't technically generate them, I create them myself. If you look on my YouTube channel, I have a video called Mesh Mixer Supports for Resin, and I go through my entire process. Looks pretty good. And then I will manually carve some of this out too. God says awesome, thanks. You're welcome. Walker says, I've just been doing my own supports in ZBrush. which is a really interesting way to do things. I'll have to see how those are coming out, Walker. What about the slicing? I just use the default Anycubic photon slicer because I don't use it for supports or anything, so it works just fine for me. Hey, Walker says my beats came out great. Awesome. Scott says he found that doing themselves is the only reliable way to create them. Pretty much. So my issue is not so much reliability, it's just a mess. When you do them with the auto generator, they just create so many that you don't need. If you ever, I don't know if you're a patron or not, I can't remember. Anyway, if you are and you've checked out my pre-supported STLs, you notice that there's pretty much like no supports on them. They're really minimally done. I only put supports that are absolutely necessary. So for me to post-process my models takes me like, removing supports takes maybe 60 seconds to 2 minutes, like max. Takes pretty much no time because, yeah, it's just a lot faster. So reliability, again, isn't the issue. It's just time. Scott says, I am. Yeah, I thought so. I was like 90% sure. Thank you, by the way. All support is super appreciated. Scott says, makes sense. I'm a newbie and I've been frustrated with the amount of clean from my supports, especially when it ruins some of the detail. Yeah, that's normal. Whenever I find myself getting frustrated with prints like that, I recommend just putting a few support listings because it'll change your tune right up because then there isn't any post-processing, which can always be really, really nice. Just kind of a good break. I have a couple support list models that might be a nice break for you. The only problem is I don't know if you'll need them in your campaign. I have a spider. That's pretty universally needed. Walker says, for the record, HuMesh and ZBrush make it fairly easy to do in ZBrush. For supports? See, my mesh looks like this. So, doing ZBrush with this is like, no. says, last question for today. What kind of tablet do you use? I actually don't use a tablet technically. It's a big ass computer that I can pull down, essentially. It's called the Yogo Lenovo A940.
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely don't need something like this. So it's a computer and it has a touchscreen. I use my pen with it. So it is not a tablet. But if you go to my website, m3dmprints.com, I have a My Equipment page under Contact Me, I think. And then that has my last tablet that I use. I'll just pull it up because that wasn't super helpful of me to say that quickly. But yeah, if you're ever curious what kind of equipment I use or what I recommend, you go to my website, again, m3dmprints.com. And then under About Me, it's My Equipment. And here's all the stuff that I use. This is the tablet that I swore by for the longest time. I think it's like $400. Yes, $400. This thing is amazing, and I still have it. I'm actually using it right now because it's my portable one. So, yes. And all of these links to here, of course, if you use the links on my website, I do get a small commission and no extra cost to you. So, thank you if you do use them. Obviously, you don't have to. Walker says, append a cone, duplicate, rotate 180, and then key mesh the bottom of the cones together. God, you're doing this so, like, it works, Walker, but I'm going to, just use Mesh Mixer. You're being so silly. I'll make fun of you in person tomorrow when you're here. Scott says, awesome things. You're welcome. Walker says, don't tell me how to live my life, Mia. Bruno says, amazing model, damn, and yet to pose. Thank you. I mean, his pose probably not going to be real interesting, just going to be him kind of like lumbering forward. So I'm glad he looks good unposed too. Hey, Kat's here. What up? Just got off work, looking awesome. Me. I hope everyone's day was good. I hope so too, and happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Bruno says, well, he is a stuffed guy. I can't move that much anyway. Exactly. That's why his pose can be kind of boring. Alright, my 25-minute timer just went off. So I'll be taking a break. Alright, the front half of the model is pretty much finished. Just need to work on the back half now. There we go. Bam. Drama. It's a little dark, so let's see if I can... That looks better. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. Just wanted to commit to that to look more like a triangle. I will take my break, I swear. There we go. Okay. Take a little 5-minute break. I'm going to stand up and stretch. If you guys have any questions, like always, feel free to comment and I'll answer them when I get back. All right. I see Walker just left. No worry. He's gonna get some food. I think I'm actually gonna leave soon too and get some food. Let's see. Kat says, skipping through the stream, looks like I missed some fun sculpting tonight. I know, I started from just a sphere with this, or a cube, and I am really happy how it turned out in 3 hours. Let's see. It's my fault for working so late, finishing something at work, so I don't have to worry about all weekend. Let's see. Bruno says, by the way, Mia, what about some dryads for additional stretch goals? They're not really playable, but I don't know. They are women of tabletop. Actually, I would love to do that. I think dryads are beautiful. And there's so much you can do with them, too. And I do have some stretch goals planned that are not like playable races, that are monsters as well. So we'll see. I am excited. All right, let's see how long I've been live streaming. I think it's been almost 4 hours. So I noticed that once I live stream for longer than 4 hours on YouTube, it stops recording it. So if someone tries to like go through the live stream and like watch it, they can't. And that's gonna happen in 10 minutes. So I think I'm gonna stop here, but I might come back after I eat. I'm just feeling very motivated today, which is like every day, but like my wrist doesn't hurt at all, and it's been so much better now that I take breaks and stuff. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it good here. We're similar to Walker. I'm like, but Kat just got here. That's okay. I'll be live streaming tomorrow too. All right, that looks good. I will go ahead and save this. You know, it was so funny, guys. I was so worried about doing the elementals, and it ended up being like a breeze. All right. Zaxa says, I hope so, either to the dryads or me live streaming again later, which both are probably yes. Yeah, that you come back. Kat says, I'm glad that your wrist is doing better, Mia. Me too. It's kind of my livelihood. Bruno says, have a great meal. I will. What, Burble? He is very awake from his nap and is partying hard. As hard as a parakeet would party. All right. I'm gonna save this like 100 times. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a super fun live stream. And all of y'all are fantastic. I appreciate you guys so much. I might see you guys later tonight. We'll see. Bye, guys.